Live from our studio in Springfield, you're watching News Channel 20 at 10.
Coming up tonight, a decision at the State House. The House finally votes on a high-profile legislation after hours of debate. Plus, a new vaccine mandate. The president taking a drastic step in stopping the spread of COVID-19.
We remain at a critical moment, a critical time. We have the tools. Now we just have to finish together as one nation.
But not
Live from our studio in Springfield, you're watching News Channel 20 at 10.
Coming up tonight, a decision at the State House. The House finally votes on a high-profile legislation after hours of debate. Plus, a new vaccine mandate. The president taking a drastic step in stopping the spread of COVID-19.
We remain at a critical moment, a critical time. We have the tools. Now we just have to finish together as one nation.
But not everyone is on board with the president's new plan. Good evening. President Biden making a major announcement that he's taking new executive action to get all federal employees, contractors, and healthcare workers vaccinated.
The sweeping plan comes as the Delta variant tears through the country. Now, we are bringing you team coverage with News Channel 20's Devin Truby standing by. But first, ABC's Morgan Norwood has the very latest.
As the Delta variant plunges the country deeper into crisis, President Joe Biden laying out a 6-step strategy to lead America out of the pandemic and boost vaccinations.
Many of us are frustrated with the nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated, even though the vaccine is safe, effective, and free.
The president announcing executive orders requiring all federal workers and government contractors to be fully vaccinated, and this sweeping measure targeting employers in the private sector.
The Department of Labor is developing an emergency rule to require all employers with 100 or more employees that together employ over 80 million workers to ensure their workforces are fully vaccinated or show a negative test at least once a week.
Frustrated with what he described as pandemic politics, Biden taking aim at governors and local officials who ban mask mandates in schools.
If these governors won't help us beat the pandemic, I'll use my power as president to get them out of the way.
Biden's push comes as COVID cases continue to climb, particularly among children. They now account for 1 in 4 new cases. The Los Angeles School District, the second largest in the nation, now the first major school district in the country to mandate vaccines in children 12 and older. ABC's Matt Gutman in LA breaking it all down.
Bottom line is if they don't get vaccinated and they don't have a valid medical exemption, they can't go to school.
They can't go to school in person.
Across the country, just 38% of teens between 12 and 17 are fully vaccinated, and the unvaccinated in that age group are 10 times more likely to be hospitalized, according to the CDC. The family of 15-year-old Victoria Ramirez lived through that nightmare. She and her family were unvaccinated when she died of COVID complications.
They were trying to resuscitate her. They couldn't bring her back.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Several Republican governors already speaking out against the president's new mandate. Governor Asa Hutchinson from Arkansas tweeting in part, quote, "I fully support continued efforts to increase vaccination rates across our nation, but the federal government mandates on private businesses are not the right answer. I've been consistent in the freedom of businesses to require their employees to be vaccinated, and I have opposed the government from saying businesses cannot exercise that freedom."